Hey everyone, welcome back to the speedrun. Okay, so we get like an Austrian attack. It's probably one of the most dangerous systems against the Molton or the Piak when white pushes the f pawn up the board. But a lot of the time as black you can sort of delay moving your knight from f6 if you want to, because if you move it too early sometimes you can get hit. So sometimes it's a good idea just to wait. So here I just wait. Play bishop to b7. Okay, white puts the knight in d2. This is a useful idea, because it avoids b4 in a lot of cases. So I can't play the move knight to f6 here. If I get e5, then I can always move my knight to d5 or g4. I can also wait and play knight d7 first and try to go for c5. I play knight f6. If white castles here, then knight g4 is a very strong move. So we saw this in, I think, in the previous game as well, where you need to be careful of this bishop, especially if it has no squares to go to, because after the move knight to g4, the bishop becomes trapped, and it's a very important piece because now our bishop on g7 will become a lot stronger. So knight to g4. Okay, and queen e2, knight takes e3, castle. We'll play knight d7 and then follow through with the move pawn to c5 here. Okay, so we take, actually we don't have to take the bishop right away. So we can castle first. We'll try and get a free move, so that, yeah, so h3 and then we take the bishop. So this is something you can do if your opponent's piece can't escape anyway. Sometimes you can try to get them to play a move, so that way you get a free move here with h3. So now we can immediately break with c5 because pawn takes, we have bishop takes b2. This looks pretty good. Also the position opens up, it's going to favor us quite a bit. If we go knight to d7, he might just play the move pawn to e5. So I'm not going to give it a chance to play e5, I'm just going to immediately play the move c5. Here I'll take the pawn. And I'll just develop my knight to c6 here. If the pawn pushes, it's fine. I'm just going to play the move knight to b4. And I have another attack on this bishop. So a3. a3 I can play the move queen to b6. So now I have pressure on this pawn. And we see this bishop is becoming a very, very strong piece as well. Now we have a pin here. So what do we do when we have a pin? So we attack the pin piece. So we can do this a number of ways. So we can attack the knight, which is defending the pawn, or we can immediately play e5, which would attack the pin. So I'm just going to play e5. I'm just going to recapture with the pawn. Knight goes to c5, but okay, I think here I can just play, or I can play either knight takes d4, or I think I can take pawn takes, which attacks the queen and attacks the knight. Does he have any intermezzo moves? I don't think so. I mean, if he goes knight to d7, I take his queen first, so it's not really a problem. I have knight takes. If knight to d7, do I have some fancy tactics there? Knight e2 check or knight takes f3, maybe, but it's probably simpler just to take the pawn. Yeah, knight to d7. I mean, I can move my queen as well. So I could just move my queen back to c7 or to d8, and the knight would be attacked, the queen would be attacked, so we have a double attack there. Or I could just take the queen as well. I think I would just move the queen back. This way the queen has no squares it can go to defend the knight on d7. And he's gonna drop the knight on d7. Okay, so this was similar to the last game we played actually, in that the mistake white made was allowing us to capture this bishop. So allowing knight to g4 and take this bishop for free. So we saw at the lower levels, a common mistake that white often did was giving up the bishop too early on f6. But now we're starting to see a common mistake that white is not capturing away his bishop, but he's allowing us to attack the bishop with our knight. And once we win this bishop, we can try to open up the position. And in this case, we got this move with queen b6, pinning this pawn on d4, and this put immediate pressure on white's center. And he wasn't able to meet this this pin adequately. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.